Hey everyone, Sophia here from myGreatChallenge.blogspot.com. Tracy has requested that I redo my recipe for chicken noodle soup, and to be honest, it couldn't fall on a better day because I am sick. I don't know if you've noticed from my last videos where I was doing the autumn decor, indoor and outdoor, and I said I was sick. Well, now I'm really sick, so it's time for chicken noodle soup. Here are the ingredients. The soup is made in the crock pot. You need a rotisserie chicken. Now, usually I make my own. I just didn't have time today. I didn't want to be bothered with it, so I asked the hubby to go to the store and he got me a roasted chicken. So I'm going to use the entire chicken for the soup. I'm adding leeks at Tracy's request, so there's going to be 2 leeks in there. You need carrots, you need onions, you need celery, a whole bulb of garlic. I have some fresh parsley, black peppercorn, and then I'll probably add some salt later on. So the first step is for me to start the chicken. I'm going to do everything in the crock pot, but the first thing I need to cook is the chicken. Even though it's cooked already, I'm going to do a chicken stock in the crock pot. It's going to take about 2 hours. So my first step is to entirely debone the chicken, pulling out all the meat and the skin, putting the skin and the bones apart, of course, and starting to pull the meat apart and put it in the crock pot. So that's the first step. I'll see you in a second. Okay, I'm ready. I'm just gonna take out the skin and debone this entire chicken. I have the ceramic part of the crock pot right here, and as I'm cutting pieces, I'm just gonna put all of my chicken inside that pot. Alright, so I pretty much took out all of the meat on this chicken. There's nothing left. I mean, maybe like little pieces like this. If I wanted to, I could put this piece right here in the freezer and use it a little at a time. So what I'm going to do is keep the bones with a little bit of the skin on it. I'm not going to keep the skin, but I'm keeping the bones. I'm going to put that in a Ziploc bag and I'm going to put it in the freezer, and the next time I need to do a chicken stock, I'll have all of this ready. I'm not keeping the skin because it's fat, even though it's got the best of taste, but for stock, that's not what I want. It's delicious. So this goes in a Ziploc bag, and this is all the chicken meat that I've managed to get out of the chicken. I did keep the wings in there with the skin on, so that's the crunchy part that I'm keeping for the chicken. Now all I'm going to do is add water, and I'm going to put it in the crock pot and let it simmer for 2 hours on low. I'm just going to go ahead and add 2 cups of water and add maybe have a lot of meat here, so I'm going to add another half a cup. That's it. I'm going to time it for 2 hours on low, and what this is going to do, obviously, is not going to cook the chicken because it's already been cooked, but it's going to give me a nice base stock for my soup. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover this. I'm going to start with cutting some onions. I'm going to cut them in tiny pieces, and when the onions are done, I'll add them to this, add a little bit of water, and it's still, again, gonna stay there and simmer for 2 hours. Then I can go ahead and cut the rest of my vegetables. few peppercorns. And I'm adding my parsley. And I'm just going to let my stock simmer again for 2 hours. I'm at 8 minutes into it, so I'm just going to put that aside. And then while this is simmering, I'm just going to go ahead and start chopping the rest of my vegetables, but I have time, so I'm not going to do that right away. I'm probably going to wait a good hour and a half to do that, because it really doesn't take any time at all to cut the vegetables to add to the soup. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so this has been cooking and simmering for exactly 2 hours. So what I'm going to do now is add my vegetables. Now you notice I don't have much space here. I don't have to put all the vegetables that I cut, so I'm going to make an assortment. I don't want the garlic, and I'm going to just put some of them. I definitely want a lot of the leeks in there. And the reason why I'm not putting all of my vegetables is because I do want some room for the stock and for it to be a soup, because remember, this is a soup. So I'm just going to leave it like that. That's plenty. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Now if I wanted to be ambitious, I probably would add some wine, but since the kids are going to eat this, I'm going to skip on that. So all I have to do now is add water all the way up to here and let it simmer for another 2.5 hours, and I'll have soup ready for tonight. Okay, let's see. Yep, so now everything is going to reduce. The vegetables are going to be in smaller sizes and everything, but I have enough for now. I'm just going to cover it again and change the timer to an additional 2 hours and 30 minutes, and this will be ready for dinner. So now what I'm going to do with the rest of those vegetables is add them to my Ziploc bag, you remember, with my carcass and the other peels and stuff. So that's going to go into my next chicken stock. It'll go in the freezer, and that way I don't have to do anything. And since Thanksgiving is on the way, that will be my stock for Thanksgiving. See, I have my chicken bones in here, a little bit of the chicken skin, whatever chicken I had left, and the rest of my vegetables in here. So when we're ready to make a stock for Thanksgiving, which I know I'm going to use for my dressing, or the stuffing rather, I'll have this ready and I won't have to do one more cooking step for my meal. So it's been 2.5 hours and I made my pasta already. I'm just gonna add some pasta at the bottom of my bowl, and these are just regular egg noodles. I've added butter and a little bit of salt to it, and I'm ready to just pour my soup. So what I do first is add the actual soup without the broth. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And then I'm adding the broth over it. Okay, and then if you want to, for folks like me who are sick, you want to add some lemon. All right, and this is what the soup looks like. See? Delicious. All right, let's find Scott and have him try it, and then we're ready to sit down for dinner. All right, Scott is gonna try it. Tell me what you think.
French accent.
Okay, tell me what you think. Is it good? Does it taste good? Do you like my chicken soup?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah. It's
All right.
hot though.
It's hot. I know, I just got it out of the pot. All right,
Really
so
hot.
it's Scott approved. Give me a
French
thumbs
accent.
up. What? I just can't go into French accent on cue. So it's Scott approved, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.